if you're really serious about becoming a medium and you've been using some of the techniques that I've been sharing with you in this series of videos, I would highly recommend that you do as much research as you can, and research in a way that you find mediums on YouTube that you can watch and see how they work. But please be very careful about which mediums you actually choose to watch. So, I would definitely say people like John Edward, or the Long Island medium, I forget now what her name is. There's another lady that she used to have a series that she did on one of the TV channels as well, and I think her name is Renee. I'd have to look them up. I'll put them in the description as well. I'll list those that I think that you should actually watch. There's another lady, her name is Allison, and I'll look up her surname, and I'll put them into the comments, and when I put this up on YouTube, I'll put it up in the description, because I think that it's a good idea for you to watch reputable mediums and how they work. And if you can, go to the spiritualist churches and go and see, how those mediums work on the platform. And the reason I'm saying it is because everybody has a not very different, but a slightly different way of working. Where there'll be some mediums who stand up on the platform and say, so this is like in the spiritualist church, and they stand on the platform and they'll say, there's a lady here who tells me that she passed away in about 1925. She always only dressed in black. She was widowed. Her husband went to war, and she was widowed because he went to war. She was actually quite old already by the time she passed in 1925. Does anybody recognize her? And then somebody in the audience has to say, yes, I have grandmother who passed around there and there. Okay, so then this message is for you. But then, like, when I sit and do platform work, my guides are just like passing messages to me from the spirit world and going, okay, that guy that's sitting in the back there with the purple jersey on, tell him that da-da-da. And then this person over here, just ask them about that. This person sitting over here, tell them we want to talk about that. This person over there, then I've got to remember, okay, like all of these people, but I do. And then when I stand up, then I'll say, okay, there's the gentleman in the back there. It's your grandfather who's coming to talk to you, and he wants to talk to you about XYZ. And then this lady here, the guides say, I need to ask you what happened with the keys yesterday morning. And then she'll be able to say, oh, yes, this, that, and this, and that, okay? So the guides will kind of give me just the first bit of everybody's readings, but by the time I stand up, I know who it is that I'm going to give those messages to. But, I know that John Edward works pretty much like that, like the first kind of example that I gave, where he will say, these people to my left, there's this kind of person, this kind of energy coming through. It's a brother that's talking about whatever. And then the people actually in the audience have to identify them. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that the more that you see how other mediums work, the more you can start to get a feel yourself for how you want to be able to work. So me, the way I get my messages is because I've told my guides, don't leave me hanging there. Don't make me only get up and then start like trying to fish for somebody in the audience, because for me that doesn't work. I need to know before I stand up who I'm going to talk to. And so then that's how we work. But yeah, do your research. Read as many books as you can. There's some really amazing old books as well that you can get your hands onto. There's one that's entitled Communication with the Spirit World, which was written by a Catholic priest who used to sit at night and channel the guides, and the guides gave him a whole lot of information. There's another one, the Spirit's Book by Alan Kardec. Also, just the most amazing information in it that was also channeled to him, and so that's why they called it the Spirit's Book, because they wrote the book, but they wrote the book through him. So do as much research as you can. Whatever resonates with you and you feel you can take it and interpret it into a way that works for you, use it. If it doesn't ring true for you and it doesn't feel comfortable, then don't. You don't have to believe absolutely everything that is shown you as well. Whatever resonates with you and works well for you, then start to put that into practice as well. But the more research you do, the more you'll be able to kind of like separate the chaff from the wheat, and you will know exactly what kind of communication it is that you want to do moving forward working as a medium.